And just like that, the final episode of this recording session has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, Justice for All. I'm your host, MegaShadowFist, second video game, second commentary, and I can't even do the Dr. Hody voice, or Mo voice in this case, properly because my voice is tired because it's in the recording session, and I suck at doing voices as well, I suppose. I heard a judge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. Press, please. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, oh, nope, I'm gonna get a penalty for this. Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how'd you know that? I was gonna make a joke. I guess that the sound sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw? That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. Press. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about it for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue the testimony regarding the two shadows you saw. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. Press, please. You say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I am 100% certain that it was Max the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone. Everyone knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. Wow. Nope. Sorry, Mo. Sorry. See what I mean? It's always like this. This crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That doesn't make sense, though. Because if he... Alright, whatever. Press. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It was the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say this victim was struck with? You mean weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? No. You did say you saw the entire thing, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't see a weapon. Mo! Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. Okay, no! A nice penalty, of course. Let me save. Okay. Yes, please, continue. From save point. A nice penalty! Wasn't that a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do! I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason. Of course I will. The reason is... the witness's very own testimony! Exactly! His testimony was full of baloney! He was like, oh, I heard a loud sound, so that's why I looked out. It sounded like someone got hit in the head, but I looked outside and I saw him get hit, so, yeah, I'm contradicting myself, because I'm Dr. Hody. I mean, Mo. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed, when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there is no way that he could have seen the Max clonk anyone. In 1972, a crackdown... Okay. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit! These clowns probably escaped from a maximum security clown car. Let me take a drink. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? No. I'm just... C-Team, huh? No. I'm just stalling for time while I've jogged my memory. Great job, Nick! These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much? When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma! Tampering with the witnesses again. Just as usual. So, now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Curls! Your Honor. You did not witness the actual crime. However, you will say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Alright, the silhouette. Wait, does that mean that I still get a penalty if he makes a joke or not? I don't know. I was a bit far away, but the shadow could only belong to Max. I'm still going off of the theory that if you look at his face when he tells something and he's smiling or laughing, that means that he's going to tell a joke. I think that's how this works. I could be making stuff up, but I think that's how it's going to work, though. I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face is silhouetted, but there is no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. Excuse me. You took your time realizing that, didn't you? Whatever, that should be enough, right? It is decisive testimony. It is decisive testimony, huh? And it is not decisive English. Well, actually, I guess that could be grammatically correct. I don't think it is, but, you know, just because something doesn't sound right, that doesn't necessarily mean that it is grammatically incorrect. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to keep believing that. All right, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. All right, sure thing. The silhouette. I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Press. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max. Is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not this kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Press. Trillo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of their face, the face I saw, it must have been Max. What do you mean? It was 10 p.m. It was 10:15 p.m. It was snowing. So you had incredibly. Oh, but there was a light. There was a light, so he should have still been able to see them. But his visibility was disturbed. Whatever. So, how can you say for sure that he saw Max's face? I don't understand that. Alright, anyway. You sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. His Soulcat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that it was you? You're sure that it was you? You sure that is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got my eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? Yeah, I mean, if you're to go off with the bird tribes in Path of Radiance, I would assume so. But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there is no doubt that it was him. Press. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with this decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? Do you have Richard Wellington eyesight, or do you have awesome eyesight? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. Let me drink some water. I just got like a random email, I don't know. Anyway, his cloak was floating in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Let's go ahead and press this. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct! I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object, at least it says so in the autopsy report. Okay, hold on. What was I gonna say? With Trillo's testimony, and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you gotta find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Alright. I was a bit far away, but the shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Okay, so, before we begin, we pressed everything, so we have to present some valuable evidence here. So, first off, let's look at evidence first. Slightly translucent radiates softly with a mysterious light. A picture of the crime scene. Touch the check button for details. Let's go ahead and check. You only see his footprints. You only see his footprints. Only his, no one else's. Soulcat. Made to order fedora that is symbol of Max's fabulousness found in the crime scene. Ringmaster papers, Max G promo poster, broken bottle, circus map. Let's go ahead and check. Lodging house, Mo, Acro, Ringmaster's. Okay. Money the monkey. That's not going to help us. Ring. Russell's autopsy report. Time of death 10:15 p.m. Caused blunt force trauma to the back of the head. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It was locked by a small key. Found inside the wooden box the victim was hunched over. It contains pepper. Alright, that's everything. Alright, so let's look at the case one more time. I'm not going to read this in Mo's voice because, you know, my voice is practically dead. So, I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His Soulcat, the black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Let me hit start, and let me hit save. Let me hit yes to save. Okay. I want to say that the picture might be our condemning evidence here. So let me go back to the first one. I think it was, yeah. Especially since I saw his uppity symbols. I saw a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. But there's, maybe? Not the circus map, that's not what I want. Oops, I almost hit present by accident. Crime photo, please. Yeah. Nope, that was incorrect. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Yep, blah blah blah. Now we're gonna get a guilty verdict. Yep, thank you for penalizing me. That's enough. Blah blah blah. The court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. Blah blah blah. You already know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. We lost. We got a guilty verdict. Yay! But we saved, so it's all right. Mr. Billy Bob Johns, guilty. The accused is surrendered to the court immediately to be held pending trial at higher court within a month from today's time. That is all. The court is adjourned. It just reminds me of this video that I saw. It was like how it was titled like how everyone plays Ace Attorney. I'll be sure to add like an annotation like right here so that you can see. It's a short video. I don't want to say what it is because that would like really spoil it for you guys. I thought it was pretty funny. It was a short video. It was like 10 seconds long at most, so like it wouldn't take too much out of your time to watch it. Okay. So let's look at the testimony one more time. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. I was a bit far away, but that show could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but they were all there. Huh. Question. Do I have the evidence for that? That's the question. I don't, let me see. Crime photo. The black hat cloak, the black cloak, the silk hat, black cloak, they were all there. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? I don't think we have evidence to... No, but the thing is we have to prove that, he saw someone else, so that's not going to really be, convincing. This is silhouetted, but there is no... Wait a minute! Hold on! There's no doubting it, especially as I saw his uppity symbols. I was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially as I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black coat, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. You said that you could clearly see his face, but his face is silhouetted all of a sudden, Mo? I don't know how to... His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Did we press this already? I think we did. Let's go ahead and do it anyway. So, you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct! I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise! It must have been something incredibly hard! Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object, at least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trilla's testimony, and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Okay. What? I have to prove someone other than Max. But how? This is a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, whoops. Stupid earphone. This is a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. And what is going on outside my house right now? Like, I don't know. What is that? What? Oh, it's the recycle bin? They shouldn't be here this early. Whatever, anyway. I got too distracted there for a second. His cloak was floating in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. His face was silhouetted. Let me press this again. One more time. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with a blah blah blah. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? We know it's 2020. Yep, that must... Okay, so I believe that this is what we want to present evidence for. This is what we want to present evidence for. Okay, so let's go to present. Crime photo. Check. That's not going to do anything for us. We already tried that, didn't we? Let me just try it. This is probably incorrect, but I'm going to try it. I just wanted to. All right, so that was incorrect. Blah 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 blah. I don't see anything contradictory, so we lost again. That's no big deal. You should expect that from this channel, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, you know, we got the stuff, the incorrect stuff. Blah 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 blah. Yep, that's that. I got quiet there for a second. I don't know why. Blah 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 blah. Guilty. Yes, the accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held a pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Let's see. Continue. From save point. So I couldn't really see what he was carrying. Let me check. Check. Okay. Huh? I don't... okay, whatever. I cheated, ladies and gentlemen, I did. It said to do the Max G promo poster? But I don't see how that makes sense. Let me present it, because it's right, but... The witness is... Okay, what? Isn't that what it said? It said the promo poster, right? That's statement 3. Oh. Okay. My B, I was wrong there. That was a bit of a my bad, as certain people would say. Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no reason for misinterpretation of the facts. Court finds the defendant, Mr. Billy Bob Johns. Well, honestly, I had to look that up, ladies and gentlemen, because there's no way that I would have tried. There's no way that I would have tried that. Maybe I would have. I don't know. I think I gave up a little bit too easy on that one. I don't know. It's just like everything was going so smoothly for this case. I just wanted to try to get everything. I just wanted everything to transition quickly, but whatever. Present Max G promo poster. Present. What? Wasn't that testimony 3? Am I making things up here? It says Max G promo poster on statement. That was statement 4. I'm a frickin' idiot. Okay, whatever. So statement 3 is his steel cap, the black coat, they were all there. The black cloak. Is his cloak not black? I thought it was. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. Accused will surrender the court immediately to be held pending trial. The higher court within a month from today's trial. That is all. The court is adjourned. Yeah, I really don't think I would have been able to figure this one out, though. Like, that's a bit of a tough one, I think. Whatever, anyway, from save point. His cloak is flustered, his face is silhouetted, but... Okay, his silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Present Max G promo poster, because somehow this makes sense. Let's see. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo. Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactic has 3 uppity symbols. Oh. Well, I mean, I knew that. I just assumed that he just overlooked it. Overlooked that. I shouldn't have been so naive. 3 symbols? Yay! Everyone get ready, all together now! Silk hat! Cloak! White roses! What the? Who cares if he... Okay, let me drink some water, like my throat. Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. That's what I assumed, but I guess not. Isn't that right, Miss? Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pipe? I love pipe. Blah, 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 blah. Silence, fool! You are to respond to the whole truth, no fractions. Order, order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there wasn't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind. Bull crap, Miss Von Karma. We already pressed that. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. Whenever there's a nugget of truth, it always seems to peek out at me, then run away. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilla's testimony? There's no way I could mistake... That was Carol. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing these 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Trillo saw them all! Trillo saw them all! Trillo saw all three of Max's symbols! However, this witness claims there was no white roses on the person he saw. There is absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction! Now what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this... Judge, forget the roses! Think about his other testimony! The witness has stated without the doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica! Nothing else matters! Let's wrap this case up now! Your Honor, it may be trivial, but there should still be a doubt lingering in your mind. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature. I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that... This isn't my wife's age, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. Which means that we need to save, of course, right, ladies and gentlemen? Alrighty then. I wonder if this final ruling right here, I wonder if this will end the case. I wonder if this will end the first day or not. It might. Who knows? A ruling. Nick, this is your last chance. All right. The Silhouette Part 2. Okay. There's no doubt in my mind. There were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Okay. Mr. Wright, you got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest sense of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Alright. The Silhouette Part 2. Is he laughing? No. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no white roses that night. Press. Mo, be honest. Ow! You promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, no more badgering. I hope you... What? Oh my goodness, wow. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, really? Wow, okay, I really have to be careful about this too. Okay. I thought that when he said... How am I supposed to put this? I just didn't know. I didn't know that's... I mean, whatever, who cares? It's nothing. Continue. When was the last time that I saved, by the way? Oh yeah, okay. A ruling, blah blah, Nick, this is your last chance. Okay, so the Silhouette Part 2. Now we're gonna have to hear his, like, original testimony all over again, however, all the blah blah. I just want to finish this because I'm tired of doing Mo's voice. I don't want to do it in the next episode. Alright. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Yes, one chance, blah blah blah, not even the slightest sense of badgering against this witness. You are going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Crow's statement. You better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I only had a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all that I will need. Alright. The Silhouette Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind, there are no witnesses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat, there is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. What, like, I'm curious though, if I press any of these, will I automatically just lose? Or will it just be like, oh, okay, well, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I guess not. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. Or all the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that there are no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat, there is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Well, I don't think that pressing is going to do anything, honestly. I think pressing is going to just get me incorrect. I just have to present evidence. So, crime scene, silk hat. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Wait. Hold on. Okay, let me try this. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly. How would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene. That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No! That's not true! Order! 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 Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all of this? He's mad. You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Wow. I've never seen the judge so mad before. Well, why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess. You just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go in and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me doesn't mean no matter how old I get, I'll always be younger than why? And then he just starts crying. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think? Oh wow! I've never seen the judge actually. Okay, I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have the roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? You have to see wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Oh, but the picture... There's only one set of footprints, so depending on what you answer, Mo, you could actually be making up stuff. Objection! Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor! This witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is pointless. And we're so close that we just had to finish this episode. I'm not going to end it off on on a cliffhanger. Nope, no siree. From Save Point. The witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter the story to the crime? The picture itself, silly. Come on, Judge, be smart. Crime photo. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In the photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there! So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor! This witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike off all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second! You guys can't just ignore everything I've said! Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time! You wait a second! I think you've said more than enough for today! That didn't hurt! I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyway! I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear! I don't know why, but I got the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls! Yes? The testimony you've provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false! I haven't lied! It's just what? It's just what I was a bit confused. I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and Orc told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny! That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw. Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows! Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw him. He flew away. This is the truth. Now get ready for it. He jumped up and flew through the air. Mo! He flew right up and disappeared in the darkness. That's why there was no footprints. Flying people don't have footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why would you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? He's telling the truth? This is all a dream, right? Oh, let me save, actually. We have to... I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but we have to finish this first day, this recording session. We have to. We just have to. There's no way that we're not going to. From save point, please. His eyes are playing trick. He's telling the truth. You know what? Let's just say he's telling the truth. Why not? What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he is telling the truth. That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means that Max actually used magic! Yikes, you're right! Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream! Don't be ridiculous! Magic doesn't exist! Oh, this is one of those cases where it doesn't matter, I don't think, what you chose. I suppose I'll let you all be on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal just appeared into the sky. I love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that actually happened. Could actually happen. You imbecile! If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind the mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is now in recess. Alright. Well, at least I won't have to do the frickin' Dr. Hody voice in the next recording session. At least not immediately, anyway. December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that... Oh god, he's going through his frickin' country buck and say, it's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them host me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret of your magic. No! I broke the first rule! The cardinal rule! The only rule! I'm sorry, Max. I'm sorry you had to break a magician's creed to keep the magic trick secret. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we can find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea! Let's do our best and catch the sucker! Alright, to be continued. Yes, we're gonna save, please. Do not turn off the power. December 29th, 3:03 p.m. Wright & Company Law Offices. And with that, Maya's like, Nick? But we don't know what she's gonna say, Nick to. We won't know until the next episode, which, assuming this goes live on Thursday, right? That'll mean Saturday, because that's usually how it works. Whatever the case would be. Well, that was certainly an interesting little twist we got through the first day of the court case, it seems. Yeah. Actually, there were actually some pretty difficult stuff in there. There's actually a couple pretty difficult contradictions in there, I think, anyway. I don't know if there's anything I've learned from you guys in the comment sections, that you guys are a lot better at figuring this stuff out than I am. Well, whatever. Anyway, whatever the case may be. Yeah, I feel like I'll just end things off here, I suppose. If you like this video, this series of videos, please feel free to leave a like. If that was cool, please feel free to subscribe and join the Open Brother today. Also follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MegaShadowFist. I'll be sure to leave that in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is MegaShadowFist signing out. Bye!